Red Cross is issuing a blood emergency. Nationwide, they say emergency rooms are struggling.
That's a problem that's impacting hospitals right here in our area. WKYT's Lucy Bryson talked to the Red Cross and Kentucky Blood Center about their needs and how you can help.
In just over 1 month, the American Red Cross says its national blood supply has dropped 25%, leading them to issue an emergency blood shortage.
You never know when you're going to need it. So it could be a car accident, it could be a regular surgery, or whatever the case may be, and you need that blood. And so filling those shelves up and making sure that the hospitals have it in order to help those that need it the most is really important.
From heat driving people away from blood drives to summer plans clogging schedules, even hurricanes, the Red Cross says the need now is crucial.
Look at what's going on right now with Hurricane Debbie coming in. Those blood drives in those areas will be completely canceled. You look in that area alone, how many blood drives there were and how many units that the Red Cross could have taken in.
Now that's an example of a shortage on the national level, but what about right here in Kentucky? If we look at the Kentucky Blood Center website, it shows a live look of what blood they have and what types are in stock. Right here it shows that 3 different types are in low supply and A negative is in critical need. What can you do to help, though?
If you're hearing this message, whether it's the ARC's message or our message, come in this week. Don't wait until next week. We need you now.
While the Kentucky Blood Center has not issued an emergency themselves, they still acknowledge the critical need.
We only have a day's supply or less to provide our 70+ local hospitals. So it's worrisome.
If you want to donate, you can find a link on our website. In Lexington, I'm Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
Both the Kentucky Blood Center and the American Red Cross have a special gift for donors today. Anyone who donates gets a $20 Amazon gift card.